Someone asked the question about how quickly you can close a seller finance transaction. Let's say that I bought a property subject to, and I want to sell that house with seller financing. Well, we suggest that you follow the process that we follow when you sell with seller financing for a couple of reasons. But the process is if I have a house that's available and I'm marketing that house and I say, listen, this house, we're selling it for 249. We want $20,000 down. The payments are $1,400 a month. And someone approaches me and says, hey, we want this house. Of course, we're going to ask them some key questions. How much do you have to put down? What are you currently paying for rent? Don't ask them what they can afford. Ask them what they're currently paying, because they may be paying $600 a month to stay with their mother, but they say, oh, I can easily afford $1,400 a month. What are they paying right now? That's key. That'll give you an idea. If they're paying 14 or 15 or 1,600 now, they're not going to have any trouble probably giving you the 1,400. But we're going to ask them some pre-qualifying questions, and then their first stop is going to be the mortgage broker that we have working for us. They're going to put them through the same process they would if they were applying for a bank loan. They're going to get a loan application filled out. They're going to run their credit. They're going to see what their issues are right now that keep them from getting financing, and what it's going to take to get them to the point of getting financing, because our goal is always to get our buyers to be able to get bank financing in 36 months. Some make it, some don't. That's just the way it happens. You can't change people's behavior all the time, but you can at least give them a snapshot of where they are, what they need to do to be able to get favorable bank terms, and then try to work with them to make that happen. But once they've been through that loan process, and that'll take a few days to get that done, really, if the house is ready to go, they can be moving in another week. So you can close typically a seller finance transaction in about 2 weeks. You're going to verify a few things, but the mortgage broker's the main thing. And if he can process you in just, 2 or 3 days and tell you where you're at, then 2 weeks is very possible. Typically, a house that we'll get under contract to buy, we will already have our end buyer ready to go before we close. We try to set those up with 30 days. And if you've got any kind of buyers list or any kind of effective marketing for buyers, you'll be able to get your buyer pretty quickly, and you should be able to close it immediately after your purchase. So I would say 2 weeks is a fair amount of time to get a seller finance transaction closed if your buyer is ready to close it at that time.